Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty fundamental, making sure you have clean drinking water, specifically these portable water filtration systems.
Yeah, it's a big topic.
It really is. Globally, finding safe water is, well, it's a growing challenge. So imagine a device that could potentially remove up to 99.9% of contaminants, and maybe even boost water alkalinity to 9.5.
That definitely catches your attention.
Exactly. So our mission today is pretty straightforward. Let's figure out how valuable, how practical these systems might actually be for you.
It's a timely conversation. The security of having safe drinking water, well, you can't always assume it's there,
Yeah,
even in places you might expect.
it's true.
So looking at things like portable filters isn't just for, extreme adventurers anymore.
Yeah.
It's becoming more about a basic need for lots of people.
Okay, so let's nail down the basics. When we say portable water filtration systems, what are we really talking about? What's the core idea?
Well, essentially, they're devices designed to take water from various sources and purify it, making it safe to drink.
Various sources.
Yeah, that's a key part, their versatility. You could be using water from a river, maybe a lake, or even just wanting to improve the quality of your tap water. These systems can often handle it.
Huh. So it's not just for, camping trips or emergencies.
Not at all. I mean, they're great for that, obviously.
Hmm.
But the applications are much broader, and like you hinted, there's quite a variety out there.
Right.
You've got the really small personal ones, then there are gravity-fed systems for bigger batches, and pump filters, too. Different tools for different jobs, basically.
Got it. Okay, so how do they actually do that? What's the science inside these things turning iffy water into drinkable water?
It's mostly about applying some clever physical and chemical principles. Generally, there are three main ways they work. First up is mechanical filtration.
Okay.
Think of it like a super, super fine screen, just physically blocking particles, sediment, that kind of stuff. Stuff you definitely don't want to drink.
Like straining out the gunk.
Exactly, but on a microscopic level. Then you have chemical filtration. This uses certain materials. Activated carbon is a really common one.
I've heard of that.
Right. It acts almost like a magnet or maybe a sticky surface for certain chemicals. Things like chlorine, some organic compounds. They get trapped by the carbon material.
Okay, so that tackles some dissolved stuff. What about like bacteria or protozoa, the living threats?
Yeah, good question. That often comes back to mechanical filtration, but with incredibly tiny pore sizes in the filter medium. So small that bacteria and protozoa just physically can't get through.
Okay.
While the term biological filtration sometimes means using microbes, in these portable systems, it's usually about physically excluding the harmful microorganisms.
Right, this is where it gets really practical for people listening. The benefits. Obviously, number one is safe drinking water for your health. Huge. But what else?
Well, beyond just keeping you healthy, there's a pretty significant environmental angle, definitely. Every time you use one of these, instead of buying a plastic bottle of water, you're cutting down on single-use plastic. Think about the mountains of plastic waste. It's a small step, but it adds up.
That's a great point. We all see those pictures of plastic pollution. Any reduction helps. And you mentioned money, too. Cost effectiveness.
Yes. Think about how much bottled water can cost over time, especially if you buy it regularly or for trips.
It adds up fast.
It really does. An initial investment in a decent filter can save you quite a bit of money in the long run compared to constantly buying bottles. So yeah, good for your health, good for the planet, and potentially good for your wallet too.
Okay, let's dig into those types again. Personal, gravity-fed, pump. Can you paint a picture of who uses which type and why?
Sure. So personal filters, often they look like a straw or a small bottle attachment. These are super light and compact, perfect for, say, a day hiker.
Just drink straight from a stream kind of thing.
Exactly. Simple, lightweight, ideal for one person on the move.
Makes sense. What about gravity-fed? Sounds like it handles more volume.
That's the idea. You typically fill a reservoir bag with untreated water, hang it up, and gravity does the work, pushing the water down through the filter into a clean container.
No pumping needed.
Right. So these are great when you need clean water for a group, maybe at a base camp, or definitely for emergency preparedness at home. You can filter a good amount of water without much effort.
Okay, yeah, I can see that being useful in a power outage or something. And the pump filters.
Pump filters involve, well, manual pumping. You actively force the water through the filter element.
More effort, but maybe faster.
Often, yes. They can provide a quicker flow rate than some personal filters and are usually more portable than the larger gravity systems. They're a popular choice for backpackers or small groups who need to filter water regularly over several days. Kind of middle ground.
Heck, that clarifies the options. So let's say someone's listening and thinking, yeah, maybe I should get one. What are the absolute key things you need to consider before buying?
Good question. It definitely depends on your specific situation, but there are some universals. First off, probably the most critical factor, the level of filtration. What does it actually remove?
Right, the specs.
Exactly. Look for certifications or clear statements about what it filters: bacteria, protozoa, viruses, chemicals. That 99.9% figure we mentioned is a strong benchmark. And for some, that potential increase in alkalinity might be a bonus feature they look for.
Okay, alkalinity, is that generally seen as a health benefit?
Well, some people believe alkaline water offers extra health benefits, but the scientific evidence on that is still debated. It's more of a potential added feature some filters offer. The core function is purification.
Gotcha. So check the purification level first. What else is crucial?
Size and weight. Obvious, maybe, but really important if you plan to carry it anywhere.
Yeah, especially backpacking.
Definitely. A heavy, bulky filter kind of defeats the purpose of portable for some activities. But for home emergency use, capacity might matter more than weight. And finally, ease of use.
How simple is it to operate?
Precisely. If it's fiddly, hard to clean, or confusing to set up, especially when you're tired or stressed, it's not ideal. You want something intuitive and reliable.
Makes total sense. You don't want to be fighting with your filter when you just need a safe drink. Okay, so you've got your filter. Is it just use it forever, or is there upkeep?
Oh, definitely upkeep. Maintenance is absolutely key.
Why is that?
Well, if you don't clean it properly, following the instructions, bacteria or mold could actually grow inside the filter components.
Okay. Defeats the whole purpose.
Completely. So regular cleaning, sometimes backflushing depending on the type, and disinfection are vital to keep it working safely.
Right. Keep the filter itself clean, not just the water passing through it. And the filter part, the cartridge or element, does that wear out?
Yes, absolutely. Filter elements have a finite lifespan. They get clogged over time, or the filtering materials degrade.
So you have to replace them.
You have to. The manufacturer will give recommendations, usually based on gallons filtered or time. Sticking to those replacement schedules is critical for ensuring the filter is actually doing its job effectively and keeping your water safe.
Okay, so it's an ongoing responsibility, like maintaining any important tool.
That's a good way to put it, yes.
All right, so wrapping things up here. It really sounds like these portable water filters are more than just gear for hardcore survivalists. They seem genuinely useful for a lot of people in various situations.
I think that's right. Whether you're into outdoor activities, travel a lot, or just want that extra layer of preparedness for unexpected events, they offer real peace of mind and a practical way to access clean water.
And the key takeaways when choosing seem to be: check the filtration capability carefully, consider the size and weight for how you'll use it, and make sure it's actually easy to use and maintain.
Those are the main points to balance. Find the right fit for your needs.
Excellent. Thinking about this, the rising concerns about water quality worldwide, and then the empowerment something like this offers taking control of a basic necessity. It makes you wonder, what other everyday essentials might we start rethinking, through this lens of self-reliance, personal health, in a world that keeps changing? Something to ponder, perhaps. Thanks for this deep dive today.